Good afternoon and welcome to our Sandlot Sports sponsored preseason high school football special here on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan along with Mike Wisdala. Really excited about the possibilities this year in 25.
You know what, Jeff? It looks like it's going to be a good year for all of our Bay County teams, all 6 of them. They got 3 days in so far, and we're hearing good things and just looking forward to another great high school football season. Boy, it's exciting when this time of year comes around.
Well, and people go, why are you at Central? Well, there's a couple of really good reasons. It is 100 years of football fanatic here at Bay City Central, and so we thought it very fitting to start our 2025 right here at Central.
Yeah, last year the high school did 100 years. This year it's Ingle Stadium. They're going to be celebrating the anniversary of 100 years on September 19th right here against Midland High, and lucky for us, Bay County TV will be here also. So it's an exciting time here at Bay City Central, and it's an exciting time for all of our high school county teams. We're looking forward to having another great year on TV.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy as we peruse our way through all 9 weeks of the regular season. Coming back in just a moment on BCTV.
Are you ready to gear up and stand out? Look no further than Sandlot, your local source for team uniforms, sports spiritwear, and more. Gear up with confidence. We've got your team covered from head to toe, ensuring you stand out on and off the field. And that's not all. Unleash your team spirit with custom spiritwear that roars success. Wait, it gets better. Introducing our free fundraising online stores. Effortlessly raise funds for your team while showing your pride. Customize your fundraising to reach your team goals. Get started online at sandlotsports301.com or at any one of our 3 convenient Great Lakes Bay locations. Sandlot, where quality, community, and apparel collide. Your team, our passion.
Good afternoon and welcome back as our preseason special kicks off for 2025, Mike. And we look back for a second, and 2024 went poof, but with great excitement and anticipation, we're really looking forward to this fall.
Yeah, you know, Jeff, you can build on 2024. You know, some of them, some teams made the playoffs, some of them ended with a win, and there were some good positive things going on for all 6 Bay County teams. So you take that, you roll that into the basketball season, you roll that into the spring season, and before you know it, August is here the next year, and you're ready to go and take all that positive energy from everything you did in the winter into the regular season in 2025.
Well, when we decided to put our schedule together, we talked to Jack Wetters and a few other people this summer, and they've really got a bullseye target on a week 1 matchup with Deckerville, looking for revenge from last year.
Yeah, we get the opportunity to go over to All Saints, and they play the Deckerville Eagles, who have been their kind of a nemesis in the playoffs over the last few years. But they're very excited about this year. Hard to believe that freshman class that came in 4 years ago that we all talked about is seniors this year. So we're looking for that team to really do some nice things. But they start off again like they've done the last couple years with Deckerville. They are the defending state champions in 8-man football, and their coach, Bill Brown, got a nice resume, been around 38 years, so he knows what he's doing over there in Deckerville.
Well, you know, when you have got somebody with 38 years of legacy, you've got tradition, and the kids are excited every year to play and try and continue that tradition as they continue to build in Deckerville.
Yeah, consistency is a good thing. Probably the same staff. You're calling the same plays at the lower levels, and so Bill's done a really nice job. And then you go over the All Saints side, you look at Eric Gust. He's been there 8 years, Jeff.
Wow.
And yeah, where did that time go? And he ended up 7-2 last year, made the playoffs, lost to Deckerville in the first round, but again, he's done a nice job over there. And if you get a chance, get over to All Saints and check out this 8-man football. I think you'll like it quite a bit.
Well, and when you talked about the 4 years of excellence from this freshman class, now seniors, the other thing that blows me away is the sheer numbers of kids that are excited to play Cougar football.
Yeah, their numbers are way high with the academy being on board again this year, Jeff. So it's nice to see the big numbers for the Cougars. Eric's done a nice job keeping that coaching staff together, having a lot of fun doing what they're doing, and they've been successful at everything they've done over the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, we are truly excited, and as I said on the social media post, I believe it's the Cougars' year to send the lunch back into the face of the Deckerville Eagles, and this is the year that the Cougars change that tradition and start the season off on a positive note.
I'll tell you, week 1, August 28th, All Saints, Deckerville coming into All Saints. All Saints gets that win against Deckerville. That is really going to propel them over the rest of the season.
Well, and I want to be careful not to put all the emphasis for the year on week 1, because worst case scenario, you just want your kids to play well.
Yes,
if they happen to get a victory, it's a plus, but you can't say that a defeat in week 1 is going to wreck or tarnish your entire season.
Yeah, absolutely correct. You are right, Jeff. It's not going to tarnish that or anything of that nature. But when you have this team coming in that has been so successful, you just want to make sure you try to play well, come out injury-free, and get ready for week number 2.
We are excited for that start to the season, and we move on to week number 2 as the Elma Scots come to Bay City John Glenn.
Elma, week 2 is September 5th. Jeff, first-year head coach Mike Allison, his team, they went 1-8 last year, so they had a tough year. And, that's in the Tri-Valley Conference, so that's a big game for John Glenn to start. And then John Glenn under John Horton's coming in. They went 5-5 last year, made the playoffs, and had to go up to a place that you and I are very familiar with. They had to go up to Petoskey and play the Northmen up on their field, which is always a tough game.
Well, I think last year with a brand new coordinator, offensive coordinator at John Glenn, their philosophy of offense has been changed and modified, and they're really slinging the ball around, and they had some great success doing that last year.
Well, they did, and they've kind of changed it a little bit. We're kind of used to John Glenn being 3 yards in a cloud of dust. They opened it up a little bit over on that beautiful football field that they have over there. Great complex. So, again, another big game early in the season. Don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, but this is a big game for John Glenn, conference game, opening up against a pretty good Elma team at home, so it's a big game for the Bobcats.
Well, and again, they're playing on their home turf, and they won last year 38-0, which should also give them confidence.
Yeah, anytime you get a win last year, you remember that, so I like the chances of the Bobcats in week 2.
On to week number 3, September 12th. It will be back-to-back weeks for John Glenn as they will head to Essexville Garber for their crosstown rivalry.
That's always a lot of fun when the Bobcats and the Dukes get together. This time we'll be over at the Ed Harvey football field on the campus of Essexville Garber. Always a big game. Throw the records out the book. John Glenn, big win last year, 39-8. And the second year for Coach Dave Matthews, who went 4-5 last year. It was a good year for Dave and the Garber Dukes in that changeover from Coach Coquillard to Coach Matthews over the last 2 years.
Well, and I had an opportunity at the Rib Fest this year to talk to Coach Matthews, and the excitement of the newness is off now. The expectation is there. The kids have a little better understanding of what to expect from the program this year.
Yeah, and they're doing some really nice things over there. Dave was with Coach Coquillard for a couple years, and he's got some head coaching experience from out of state, so he'll do a great job. And they've upgraded their facility. Their weight room has upgraded quite a bit. They've done some nice things there. So the Dukes are heading north in the right direction, and I'm expecting big things from Coach Matthews and his Dukes. And like we always say, man, throw the records out of the book. And, it's a close rivalry, 13-10-1 for those two teams. So, you get to brag a little bit for 365 days if you win that game.
Well, and I think if you look back on last year, if Coach Matthews says I can take about the first 15 to 18 minutes away from that game, they played John Glenn very tough.
Yeah, and he was over there on their field, and that's a tough place to play, and on the turf, and John Glenn has improved also. I see big improvements coming this year for the Garber Dukes and Coach Matthews. I'm very excited to see what the Dukes can do this year.
On to week number 4.
Wow, already?
Once we heard that Bay City Central was doing this great celebration, it was kind of a no-brainer to say we want Bay County TV to be part of it.
Yeah, when we checked that out, we saw that they're going to celebrate the 100th anniversary of this beautiful stadium, once voted the best stadium in the state of Michigan. On September 19th, played the Midland Chemics. We said, we got to be there. This is going to be special. They're trying to get a lot of alumni, a lot of players back for this thing. And anytime you can hook up with the Midland Chemics and the Bay City Central Wolves, it's going to be a war.
Well, Coach Frederick, also in his 8th year, which is, again, hard to believe, looks at a squad where he says our chances of having a plus record this year are very, very good, maybe the best he's had in 4 or 5 years. So there's a lot of optimism going into the first 3 days of workouts here in the fall.
Yeah, we've talked to Coach Freddie, and he's really high, and I've talked to a few of his assistants. They're very happy with what's coming back this year. They feel really good about this team. I'm sure the numbers are going to be really good for Bay City Central. So we're looking forward to them. They went 2-7 last year, had a couple big wins, but that Saginaw Valley schedule, that is not easy. They got the Chemics, I think they got Carman Ainsworth and Dow. So, you got to take those one at a time, not look too far ahead. But I got a good feeling about the Bay City Central Wolves this year. And wouldn't it be nice if we could take it to the Midland Chemics on the 100th anniversary, because Midland had a great year last year. Jeff, they were 9-2 and went to the playoffs. And so, Midland, they're always pretty good.
Well, and when you're 9-2, there's a great chance that you graduated a bunch of talent, but they reload in Midland.
Yeah, they do a really nice job, the Chemics, and the Dow will be coming. They'll play Dow again this year. That typical schedule that Central always has. So I'm looking forward to Bay City Central, getting off to a good start. Let's get those first 3 games in, get 2-1, or let's go 3-0 if we want to, and say, hey, let's have some fun, and let's get the Chemics on September 19th here on the 100th anniversary.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back as our Sandlot Sports preseason football special continues right here on BCTV.
Are you ready to gear up and stand out? Look no further than Sandlot, your local destination for custom screen printing, embroidery, and promotional goods in the Great Lakes Bay region. With not 1, not 2, but 3 convenient locations right here in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region, we're your MVP when it comes to branded gear that hits the mark. For over 15 years, we've believed in community, in delivering top-tier quality, and in making your brand shine brighter than ever. And guess what? We're not just about sports. From schools to clubs, from businesses to community events, we're your one-stop shop for custom apparel that makes a statement. So if you're ready to elevate your brand, to make an impact, and to fuel your passion, choose Sandlot. Visit us today at one of our 3 unbeatable locations in the Great Lakes Bay region, or check us out online at sandlotsports301.com. Sandlot, where quality, community, and apparel collide. Your brand, our passion.
Good afternoon and welcome back to our preseason kickoff special here on Bay County TV. Who are we sponsored by again?
Right there, my friend. Sandlot Sports is our preseason special sponsors, and thank you to Sandlot Sports for all that you do. The official apparel provider of Bay County TV. What a great group to work with.
We are excited. We're in a multi-year relationship with them, and we couldn't be happier with the relationship that we have with Sandlot Sports.
They do a great job, and if you can see, we got a new hat I'm wearing this year, so we got shirts and we got hats. We got all sorts of good things going on with them, and we got some great football games this year.
Well, go right back into that with a Week 5 matchup with Carman Ainsworth at Bay City Western.
Yeah, Carman Ainsworth had a rough year last year, Jeff. They went 1-9, but don't forget, they went to the state semifinals in basketball last year. So they've got some talent over at Flint Carman Ainsworth. First-year head coach Mario Harris is going to try to turn those things around, but he's got a tough task anytime you go out to Bay City Western and mess with the likes of Chris Willerts and his Warriors.
When you look at a first-year coach, your first initial thought is, oh boy, they're just learning a new system. I'm salivating. But you look on the other side and you go, we have no idea what to expect from them, and you're going to have to count on tapes from the first 3 weeks to even have an idea of what they're all about.
Yeah, the huddle information is going to be pretty important to Coach Willerts and his staff. They went 5-4 last year, and they went to the playoffs. 3-6 last year, excuse me. But you know what? Chris Willerts will do a great job. He'll have those kids prepared. He'll have them scouted, ready for Flint Carman Ainsworth. You know they're going to bring a lot of athletes from Flint Carman Ainsworth to Bay City Western. But Chris Willerts does a nice job of Exton and Owen getting those kids ready. We've listened to him talk to his team. Man, you get fired up to play for him just sitting there and listening to him.
And when you look at that program, they are predicated on run first. But as soon as they see on the sideline and upstairs that those defensive backs and safeties are peeking into the backfield, they come up. They don't pass a lot, but their yards per reception is huge on that team.
When they throw the ball, they're very effective at it. So the run sets up the pass, and they've got good numbers, Jeff. We noticed that over the last few years. So, they can interchange and replace players, get them in and out, give some of his first teamers a rest for a play or two, and get them back in there. So numbers are big at Bay City Western. I like the Warriors' chances in this game against Flint Carman and Ainsworth, Week 5, September 26th, out at the cornfield, which we love going out there, and got a great spot up in the Marty Gottesman press box up there.
Yes. And when you look at Western, physicality is really what they're all about. They may lull you to sleep for 2.5 quarters of football, and then they just wear on you to the point where those 2 and 3 yard gains become 5 and 6. Then they spring the big play. So you have to be a little patient when you understand what they're trying to do. They're wearing their opponent down.
Yeah, they just keep coming at you on offense, Jeff. And you made a great point. They wear you down, and next thing you know, they're going for a 30 or 40-yard run. So they kind of pound on you. And on the defensive side of the football, I can guarantee you the Warriors are not afraid to put a hat on anybody over on that side of the ball.
They bring multiple hats to the football on every play.
We noticed that last year when we were doing a couple games out there. I think we did a Traverse City game in the Central game. There was always brown and gold personnel around the football, 6, 7 guys coming to the ball at all times. So they got that defense humming out at Bay City Western.
Well, now we've got back-to-back weeks starting with October 3rd. In Week 6, the Harrison Hornets come to Pinconning to play a team that has really made great strides on both sides of the ball in the last couple of years under Walt Mulligan.
Yeah, Pinconning has done a nice job. I talk with Coach Mulligan at the Y all the time. He's an energy guy. He's got a lot of energy. Talks, he loves football. He's a good X and O guy, and he's very, very excited about this year, Jeff. They went 5-4 last year in 2024, so that was a great season. Another thing that the Pinconning area Spartans can build on, and when you talk to Coach Mulligan, he loves his kid, and he loves his staff, and he loves what's going on up there in Pinconning.
They continue to pour a lot of money into that complex, too, with a great state-of-the-art scoreboard. They've got a new track. They got bleachers. They're working next on a press box, but what a great situation set up for success for those kids.
Yeah, and Jeff, they were on some lean times for a little bit, but they kind of turned one things around. But even during those lean times, the Pinconning area Spartans, we could always go up there and guarantee those kids are going to play hard for every second of a football game, and that's what they did. And the hard work during the off season is starting to pay off. And they got a tough one against Harrison. They went 7-3 last year and made the playoffs. So this is going to be another tough test for Pinconning area.
I think Harrison and Pinconning's programs actually mirror each other because there was a 4 or 5 year stretch where both programs struggled. Now they're both on the uptick and they are ready to make up for those lean years.
Yeah, we saw Harrison when we were up on WKJC and radio in Tawas, and they did struggle. Then they turn it around, and here comes the Pinconning area Spartans. So that's going to be an interesting game up there on October 3rd, week number 6 for the Spartans.
On to week number 7 in our schedule. As talking about the preseason schedule, Mike, is much like how the regular season goes. It just goes poof.
Are we on week 7 already?
Yes, indeed.
You're exactly right, Jeff. Got a great matchup right here. October 10th, the Beaverton Beavers travel south to take on the Pinconning area Spartans. And Coach Walter Mulligan, Jeff, has done a tremendous job in his time up there at the Pinconning area Spartans.
And he's dealing with another team with a first-year head coach in James Testa. And Beaverton really had their struggles last year, only winning 1 game during the regular season. But it's all about the energy, the excitement, and the potential fine-tuning and changes that a new coach brings when he comes on board.
Yeah, he's going to bring some of his own things in, Jeff. Probably have some of the old things that the Beavers used to do. 2-7 were the Beavers last year. The Spartans beat them up there in Beaverton 39-20. So you're going to have to pay attention to the films that you get and see what kind of new wrinkles Coach Testa has. But as you and I well know, Coach Mulligan is an X and O man. He'll get those kids fired up. They'll be ready for the Beavers.
Well, and again, when you look at Coach Mulligan already in his 6th year and being back, he had that couple-year hiatus with health issues, and you tip your hat to Pinconning for staying with him in that program. And their faith and confidence in him is certainly starting to pay huge dividends.
Yeah, that was a nice gesture by the school district to do that, Jeff. And we've talked 1,000 times during broadcast and off air. Consistency within your coaching staff is absolutely huge. You're getting the same language, you're getting the same drills, you're getting the same stuff year after year. The coaches know the system, the players know the system. So he will have those kids ready for the Beavers. And I see him at the Y. I talk to him a lot. You just can't help but get excited when you talk to the guy. He's just fired up. He's a football guy, and that's why you love talking to him.
Well, plus they've got the Golden Nugget up in Pinconning too, and you have no idea where I'm going with this.
I'm not sure.
They've got Mr. 50-50 up there, CJ. I mean, when you go to a game, you could make upwards of $1,000 on the 50-50. It is virtually impossible to walk by him with not having your wallet out and the greenbacks coming. I mean, it's a great thing for the program, but nice to know if you win, it's going to be profitable.
Well, absolutely. And, he sees us and he just makes a beeline for us to get our money out and pay for our 50. We buy 50-50s everywhere we go, and we win sometimes, but it doesn't matter if we win or lose. We just like playing, and it goes right back to the athletic department. So he owns the restaurant up there, and he is green and white through and through.
Well, and when you donate to a 50-50, you know that it's going to a great cause. So when you donate, even if you don't win it, you're still a winner.
No, we're so used to donating. We just give it to them, and but we love going up there. We love supporting the districts that we're in, and we've won a couple times, and it's always nice to win. But we know the money is going back to the kids, back to the student athletes, and that's what it's all about.
Indeed, man. Right now we look as we go to week number 8, Kindy, North Huron at Bay City All Saints. Kindy last year with a 6-3 record had a pretty good year. Not so much against that one game against against All Saints.
Well, boy, All Saints 61-20 winners over the North Kindy Huron Warriors, Jeff, and they Chad Knobloch's the football coach up there. That's a pretty common name up in that area, but you know what? Those kids are, I'll say it again, from the thumb, they'll put a hat on you. They're tougher than nails, and that's going to be a good game when the Warriors come to visit All Saints over there at the St. Stan's Complex.
And I think when you look at week 8, you look at Bay City All Saints, the reason they're going to be on a great roll at that time is because of their depth.
Yeah.
You can sustain a few injuries when you're a school that size and you have upwards of 30 kids on your team.
Yeah, with that depth, Jeff, you know, you look across to the other sideline, Kindy may have 15 or 16, high of 18 kids, maybe more, hopefully more for them. But when you look across at All Saints and they've got 30, they can substitute and get some of their players out of there, give them a player or two rest, give them some water, check with Sean Sullivan, see how they're feeling, and get them right back in there. So, you know, but Kindy will come to play. They were 6-3 last year, made the playoffs. Those kids can play up there. Eric Gust will have his team ready, very familiar with how the Warriors play.
I think the team MVP for All Saints last year was Sean Sullivan, with the magnitude of injuries and how he was able to expedite as best he could getting those kids back on the field.
Yeah, Sean does a nice job out there, Jeff, for the Bay City All Saints Cougars. He's the official trainer for Bay City All Saints, does a nice job. He's been there for, oh my gosh, forever. When I was coaching there, he was helping out as a trainer. So Sean does a great job keeping those kids fit, keeping them ready, and getting them prepped and doing the physical therapy if needed. So Sean has a big play on that team.
Well, and they've got a great concession area as
boy.
well, and we enjoy utilizing it. We talk about, are we going out to eat before the broadcast? And no, we're going to Bay City All Saints, and we're going to eat and be merry.
Folks, I'm going to tell you right now, if you've never had French fries at an All Saints football game, it's worth the trip just to go get some. I had some at the festival this year.
Had to do it myself.
Hasn't changed. They still taste the same. I don't know what they do, but it is magical.
It's made with a lot of love.
It's a lot of love.
So we've gotten through week 8. So not a more fitting way to end the regular season with our other great crosstown rivalry.
Yeah, week number 9, Jeff, October 24th. It is the Bay City Western Warriors traveling east down US 10 to come on over right here to Engle Stadium and take on the Bay City Central Wolves for the Firefighters Trumpet Trophy. And what a rivalry this thing has turned into.
It is great. You look back at the transition of both of these programs. Coach Willards, Coach Frederick, both come into the school district at the same time, both coming back home into the school district after their prep careers started them here. And they have really done great jobs of putting their signature on both programs.
And they really have, Jeff. And you know, these two guys are friends. They know each other very well. And they, you know, but when they get between the lines, that friendship, you can throw that right out the window.
Bye-bye.
You don't have anybody friend. If you're brown and gold, you don't have a friend in purple and gold. And purple and gold, you don't have a friend in brown and gold. But it's a great rivalry. Those guys respect each other. They love the game of football. They're great X's and O's guy. And we watched Coach Frederick cut his teeth and his maturation back when he was up in Whittemore Prescott when we were at WKJC on the radio. So we know that these guys know their X's and O's, know how to lead, and get the best out of their players.
Well, in this game for 3+ quarters last year was nip and tuck. It was a 1-score game. Later in the ball game, Western scored a couple of touchdowns and made it a 28-7 victory. And you remember Central's quarterback, Joe Gibson, getting hurt early, so they had to bring in Narvez to take his place. But I look at this matchup as a really fun way to end the regular season.
Yes, Central lost last year out to Cornfield 28-7, but we always love going out. Central Western, basketball, football, softball, baseball, swimming and diving, it doesn't matter. It's a great rivalry. It's 34-16 overall historic record versus Bay City Western, the Wolves have. So, you know, this has been going on a long time since that school opened. And Jeff, I'll tell you what, they bring both bands together during the halftime show. They play the national anthem together. It just gives you goosebumps when you see both bands out there. The sideline and the stands are full. It's just a fun night, Friday night of football. You getting it?
Oh, Coach, I'm starting to feel it right now. I said, let's put the pads on and go across the street and see if we can help with some practice. But that about puts the wraps on our schedule and our week by week. We're going to come back in just a minute on our Sandlot Sports preseason special and put the wraps on this one on BC TV.
Are you ready to gear up and stand out? Look no further than Sandlot. your local source for team uniforms, sports spirit wear, and more. Gear up with confidence. We've got your team covered from head to toe, ensuring you stand out on and off the field. And that's not all. Unleash your team spirit with custom spirit wear that roars success. Wait, it gets better. Introducing our free fundraising online stores. Effortlessly raise funds for your team while showing your pride. Customize your fundraising to reach your team goals. Get started online at sandlotsports301.com or at any one of our 3 convenient Great Lakes Bay locations. Sandlot, where quality, community, and apparel collide. Your team, our passion.
Welcome back to our Sandlot Sports preseason special. We're doing a wrap-up. Just got done talking about all 9 weeks, brother. I really think like we're in for a fun-filled fall of football here on BCTV.
I agree with you 100%, Jeff. You know, we get really excited when it turns to August and I'm sitting on my porch and I can hear the Central Band practicing already. And, you know, football is right around the corner. It is a fun time of year. The scrimmages will be coming up, and August 28th, that's the first game for a lot of the high schools in the state of Michigan, and we're going to have a great year. We're going to have great broadcasts, and we're going to have a lot of fun bringing it to the folks on Bay County TV.
Now, somebody watching this program right now says, this sounds really cool. How might I have the opportunity as a business to get involved with this?
Well, there's an opportunity. You can get a hold of our man, the myth, the legend. He does it all. Producer, director.
Oh, look at that, right in sequence.
Everything. Nick, get a hold of Nick Page at the Bay County building. He's up in Suite 802 on the 8th floor. We like to call Bay County TV the penthouse,
Penthouse,
at 802. And he's up there. Give him a call, and he'll give you the lowdown on any sponsorship that you would like to do for us. We have different levels, and we'd be more than happy to have you on board. And this will cover the whole season from the first football game to the last softball or baseball game in the spring. Covers a whole athletic and academic year. So come on, jump on board, and let's have some fun.
And we actually have some very, very budget-friendly options for people to enjoy. So if you're interested, again, get a hold of Nick Page. And looking back now at this, you've got bookends for the year. You've got Deckerville All Saints, which is really going to set the tone for the year, ending with our crosstown rivalry at the end of the year. This is just plain exciting.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, sandwiched in between those two games, we got some great football. Garber, John Glenn, you can't forget about that rivalry. That is always extra special. You know, you got the Pinconning area Spartans. You know, we just got a really nice set of games this year, Jeff, with the rivalries and in-league conference games. And don't forget about the 100th anniversary, September 19th, right here at Ingle Stadium. We're expecting the pack house, so you probably want to get here early, get your tickets. Don't know if they're pre-selling or not, but that's going to be really special, and you're going to see Ingle Stadium just packed in a frenzy. But get out and support these two teams if you can. Get out on a Friday night, go out and have a bite to eat and have a Diet Pepsi, and then go watch a high school football game. It's just a lot of fun on Friday nights in Bay County.
Well, partner, this really gets us salivating towards the football season. Always a pleasure to be by your side, Mike, and we are really excited about the possibilities.
Yeah, you know, Jeff, I think if we go back in our days, I think we're at 30 years together on radio and TV, so we got something a little bit special to celebrate, but it's always a pleasure to sit next to you and Nick behind the camera, and then just having a lot of fun and watching great kids, great student athletes here in Bay County.
Special thanks again to Sandlot Sports as our official apparel provider for us at Bay County TV. Looking forward to a great season. Thanks for spending some time with us today. Looking forward to a fun-filled fall of football in 25 right here on BCTV. Good day, all.
See you soon.